Good evening, gentle listeners or watchers, and welcome to Distractible. This episode, mellifluent Mark finally gets his just rewards, has a blue bucket for blood, and has supply issues. Brainy Bob cranily cooks, lands cool tuition, and experiences excruciatingly harrowing explosive eruptions. White-whiskered Wade gets befuddled, like Drake, demands lube, and opens up about his truly terrible trials. From cold opens to heartfelt hard truths. Yes, it's time for Burnout. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
All right, ready?
Fart noise.
That was my mouth sound.
I was making a fart noise as a sound of acquiescence. That's how I communicate with James. Sorry, I'm ready.
That's how I show your dominance.
That's how I assert your dominance.
Welcome to Distractible.
Oh, no.
This is the show where we have a very concise, clean intro every time. And cold opens are a thing that are relegated to Baldermort, who is way better at them than us as we
Did you
are.
emphasize bald more than usual in that name this time?
Are you just sensitive to it?
I really thought you were calling me a name.
I think you're just sensitive to it, man.
I feel like you were calling me his name, and I don't like that. Call me by my name. Bald.
All right, I'm going to give you a bald point.
Particularly sensitive about that today, apparently.
It's all right, man. It's all right, man. That's what this episode's going to be all about. Spoiler warning.
What spoiler? I was trying to think of what the spoiler was, but then I realized it was a bit.
Why don't we say to us what the episode's going to be before, because the audience knows. Well, they don't know.
Maybe they don't. Maybe the title's confusing.
No, Baldermort gives a complete description of what's going to happen in really eloquent ways, yeah.
But he says it in British words, which is confusing.
You're right. What a weirdo. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, it's like a different language, so who knows?
All right, I'm giving you a Baldermort point.
Make sure you emphasize the bald part. Baldermort.
I feel dirty.
It's been his name the whole time, dude.
You must always feel dirty.
What the hell? What the hell?
His name's Baldermort.
Please don't quit.
Please, yeah, please.
Baldermort.
Please.
Don't listen to Wade. He doesn't speak for us.
Look, we both have bald going on.
Does that mean you feel dirty all the time? What are you getting at?
Kind of, yeah. Sometimes, like, you have no hair to absorb the grease, so it just kind of sits there, and then, like, you go to fry dinner on your head, it's like, all right, well, at least the grease is already in place, You have to get, like, your little coffee can to, like, scrape it in, because you don't want it to get in the sink whenever you...
I don't want to yes and you. I do not want to yes and you.
No, you have to yes and. That's the rules of the show.
I am abstaining from this yes and.
He's just highlighting one of the advantages that bald people have. When I cook dinner on my head, there's so many hairs in it, it's gross. Imagine scrambled eggs with this. And how?
Welcome to Distractible. We are the triumvirate of men, a very unique perspective in the world of podcasting. Three dudes on a podcast.
That's what my mom keeps telling me.
But did you know also we like to play games? That's a unique thing about us.
So did Jigsaw.
Actually, there was never really any game. All right, I don't want to get into this. There's never any. Okay, there was never any game.
Let's
What's the game? He was like, "Do you want to play a game?" Yeah. Well, too bad. There's a key in your liver. Get it.
Yeah, that one's called Operation.
Do this or die.
If you don't hit the right spot, you go, and then you die.
This one's called "There's a shotgun pointed at your face." Ha ha.
That one's actually called Duck, ironically.
I think it's called Peekaboo.
There was the Pit of Needles.
It's a very modern take on the children's game, Peekaboo.
Shotgun Peekaboo.
Dude, that sounds like a crazy-ass indie film or something. A24 presents Shotgun Peekaboo.
Today's episode kind of rolls small talk all into one. We're going to be doing a ye old fireside chat. We're going to be talking, yapping up a storm. Life has been getting at us. Wade mentioned something about burnout before this. I just finally am in the final stretch.
Final stretch? Is that
Yeah. I'm in the final stretch.
It's been 3 years of final stretch.
And it's basically done now. It came out on YouTube digitally. I've got a few things left of like getting last translations for the other countries. There's still the Blu-ray and the DVD. But once that's done, it'll be like well, that's Iron Lung. It's not like I'm going to make a theme park deal out of it and have Iron Lung, the ride, or anything like that. I kind of forget about it at this point,
Dude, that'd be such an easy ride to make, though. You all pile in, and it's like a motion thing, right? But there's no visuals. It's just like, and you're like, oh, what's that? We'll never know.
And then a tooth comes through at the top, and you get your fire extinguishers, and spoiler, everybody.
I zoned out for like 1 second at the beginning, and then I have no idea what the hell's happening.
What do you mean?
How do you zone out before a conversation happens? What?
Well, because Mark mentioned it coming out in more countries, and I was like, what's a funny joke? It's out in USA's Dad. It's out in USA. It's out to be soon to be USA. It's out right now in Down Under USA and Hobbit Town USA. Is that funny? And then I tuned back in, and you're like, it's like a tooth coming in the top, and I was like, what?
All right, I'll give you hey, what was it, like Hobbit USA? I think that one made me laugh.
It's all USA. It's so funny. That's why I didn't want to make the joke, but then I had to explain it because my brain does that.
But, I think it's time for us to all just kind of talk about the world maybe a little bit, talk about, everything going on in life, where it is. But before we do that,
Oh, they sent you one.
Yeah, you finally got sent one.
You had a meeting and they were like, yeah, we love you, Mark. Here's the thing you wanted.
no, well, I hope now, because I'm showing it. I'm showing my brand loyalty. I have my GoPro for everyone who's listening at home. You can hear the quality of the camera.
Slam it on the desk. Let them hear it.
There's the camera.
Don't you have a spinning stage for it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, on this I showed the guys this. So this is the editing wheel someone gave to me, or I think I bought it actually, and I have never used it for editing, but I am using it as a rotary display for my GoPro.
Dude, look at your lighting though, elite level lighting. Look at those.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
It's flashing, it's catching.
Wow. Oh yeah. No.
Flies off. You hear the cartoony glass breaking sound as it leaves frame.
It wouldn't do that. It's tough. It's meant to be thrown around. Well, I mean, I know they're not calling it an action cam, but it's like,
it's GoPro. I would certainly believe it's still tough.
What did it take for them to finally send you one?
Me paying money and then the release date happening.
So a business transaction is what took place.
So they sent you one because they legally had to because of money. I see.
Even then, they were like, do we have a worse one we could give him, like the prototype?
Give him the shitty one.
Can we ship this guy like an open box, or do we have any returns yet? Or
we just released no returns. Shit. All right. Well, open one up, bang it around a little bit, and put it back in the box.
Lick one and then put it in the packaging and see if he notices.
Oh, good. Anyway, I got it. Not many people know or remember I used GoPros a lot on the van vlogs.
Dude, I love the van, the barrel.
Yeah, and I use it, so I'm very familiar with using GoPros, and it was funny because I just Googled barrel as if that was going to get me anywhere. What the fuck's wrong with me?
Top hits, Cracker Barrel, barrels in general, Markiplier's van.
Yeah, it's entirely filmed with like a GoPro Hero 8 or whatever the one from that year would have been. And I'm damn, I look different. Fuck, I've gotten old.
Yeah, man, your genes are terrible.
Anyway, I really like the I've always liked the convenience of it, and it's really nice. And I'm not sponsored, obviously, because I'm trying so desperately to be. But this new one is fucking awesome. It is so cool.
This is the one that has the static lens, right? The one with the interchangeable lenses. The fancier one is not.
Yeah, no, it's not out yet. I wish they would just open up the pre-orders because I would
Well, it's out for everyone else.
Come on, man.
I'm not supposed to tell him, man.
There's a giant conspiracy that it's just not me.
You're gonna get kicked out of the GoPro club.
But it's just I've always liked it because versus big cinema cameras and even big DSLRs, there's something so nice about just being like, boop, plop, I'm filming something and it being usable is anyway. I filmed Chica's tail in slow motion because I realized, like, when I got it, I was like, oh, I gotta film some cool shit in slow motion. What's cool in my life?
My dog's ass?
Yeah, well, hey, look, it's Chica's tail. It was really pretty in slow motion. But come on, man. It was very pretty and people liked it. But, you know, I realized I actually don't have that much cool things to film in slow-mo, but I'll find them. I filmed the faucet because I didn't know what else to film, and it was like, wow, 960 frames.
Did you get the shot of like the drops coming across frame and everything, or?
Oh, man, I would. This one doesn't do macro yet, although I did an experiment where I held one of my other lenses, like my Minoltas, in front of it like this, and I got actually a pretty cool shot out of it. So I'm going to fake it until it happens. I don't care if I have to 3D print like a mount to get other optical things on there. I'll figure out a way. I can do it. I was almost an engineer. Yeah, because I know it's going to have like anyway, I don't need to talk about, but I'm very excited about this. I truly, anyway, it's going to have like the Hero 13 had, where it's like interchangeable lenses where you can have the macro and the things like that, because this comes off in case it breaks. That's why it won't break, because it'll just break this lens cover, and then you can just boop, it's a little cheap replacement. You put it right back on. But they'll have adaptable lenses, and then I can probably get a macro thing in here, but I still want the actual Micro Four Thirds one.
And then you're going to film your next movie on it.
I would. I actually would. Not the whole thing. No one take that quote and run.
I would. I actually would.
Hey, look, if GoPro wants to fund my adventures and sponsor me, and I'll film a movie on it. I'll film an entire movie on it.
Well, you're on the final stretch of this one, so you could start a new one anytime.
Yeah, you're almost free for a new one.
I would love to be involved in it. Please, I could make really pretty footage. I could make things happen. Wait, I see you shaking your head. I literally can see
that was edited in by Sam. It's called a live edit.
I have this video idea where it's like, because I was trying to think like, I keep saying I could be the next tech review channel, but I'm like, man, how do you make a tech review video? What do I test? And I thought, hey, how about I just do a video where I compare it to every camera I can find in my house? And I've got like a trail cam over there. I've got like an endoscope camera. I've got like some random bullshit, but I've got also a Nikon ZR. I've got like a Blackmagic. I could be like, ooh, that might be fun comparison.
You've also got a few lenses, I hear, so you could every lens, every video, you have to use every lens.
Oh, I'll try, I guess, but I got a lot of lenses. You don't know, man. You don't know how many lenses I have. No one really knows.
It's a totally normal and countable number, I'm sure.
Yes, and I definitely know the count.
Because it's not very high.
One lens, That was the count.
I might. Sorry, it's just so bad I'm gonna leave.
Look, you guys are smart. You're entrenched in tech and knowledge, and I'm fart joke guy. I'm off in the corner. I got a word or two to share.
Look, if I was going to boil you down to one bit, I'd say that you're Dracula impression guy, if anything, okay?
Somebody comes to my stream. I can't verify this, but they told me they legally changed their name, like their legal name, to Drake Ulysses Law.
I believe them.
And I didn't have the heart to tell them this, but the way they spelled it out in my chat, I was like, I think they spelled it wrong. I hope they're not watching right now. But also, they changed their name to Drake Ulysses Law. Can you imagine getting the application, like, someone applying for a job? You're like, all right, we got Tim Robbins, we got Michael Bowman, we got Drake. Is this a joke? Drake Ulysses Law?
I don't think if you're not saying it with the voice, especially, I don't know if that reads. I feel like the person would look at it and be like, Drake Ulysses Law.
If it's spelled D-R-A-K-E, maybe, but if it's D-R-A-C, I feel like I would immediately go Drac.
Drac Ulysses Law. Maybe.
We could not tell what you were going for when you were saying it to us, so I wouldn't be so sure.
I'm rooting for you out there. I'm rooting for you. Also, I might think you're absolutely insane for doing that.
Don't mind me, I'm taking selfies.
The next episode, without either of our inputs, is just going to be like, sponsored by GoPro, filmed entirely on GoPro. It's just Mark's camera the whole time, but it's him on GoPro.
Can you live stream it? Can I use this as a webcam?
Yes, you can. You can do it wired for sure, and I believe I only have a 10, so I don't know what the newest ones are. I believe you could do it wirelessly because I have looked into using those as like the camera in the corner of my room, or for like when Mandy and I did cooking streams for a long time. We used a GoPro for that, but we had it wired into a laptop. It's very good.
Oh, I will look into that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for a stream cam. Hey, GoPro, I know how much you love working with Mark and how much you're supporting him. If there's any splash off, like this camera could be a GoPro. It's just some webcam right now. You could look for an upgrade.
Please, GoPro. I will sell my soul and my audience. I've volunteered to sacrifice my audience for this, and my audience has been like, yeah, sacrifice me. And
I don't want it that bad, but if you send me one, I'll probably use it.
You've heard of Jonestown. Have you heard of Markiplier Town?
Markville.
Say that joke again, but in a Dracula voice.
You've heard of Jonestown, but have you heard of Markiplier Town? Take this GoPro and this cyanide pill, put them together and swallow.
You know what I fucking just realized you sound like? We might be about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Have you heard? Oh, no, now I can't remember. What's it called? Dungeon Soup?
I don't know the name. Yeah, but it's like the vampires and the normal guy.
You're talking about like the Dinglemeyer. Yes. Dinglemeyer, is that fucking holy father?
I'm sorry, master. Stupid Dinglemeyer.
Oh, I was thinking of there's some TV show with like the vampires, and then there's one guy that's like their butler. I don't know the show because I only see clips of it on YouTube Shorts.
Are you talking about the show with Matt Berry, What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes. That's
what we do in the shadows. Yeah, that one also a very funny show.
No, but I don't have many unique voices. Pretty much all of the ones I do are impressions of something I've heard in the past. I mean, Dracula's got a kind of a baseline, right?
It just really hit this time that's that voice, because it's pretty dead on.
We still have not contacted Evanters. I want that Torbeck.
No, I'm emailing with Andy. Andy.
I want to email with Andy.
Whoa!
Andy reached out and was like, hey, thanks for the shout out. I'll be happy to teach you the Torbeck voice. And I was like, dude, that sounds sick. I am in emails with Andy from who voices Torbeck on Legend of, well, not voices, plays as Torbeck.
We have cool jobs. We get to talk to cool people and do cool things.
Cool jobs.
It's very cool.
You think the reason ghosts are... I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm done. All right, I'm done talking about it.
I have no idea what you were just starting to ask. Do you think ghosts are real? Is that what you said?
No, I was just saying, like, I look at the promo video of GoPro, and they're so good at making those promo videos because they have so many talented people that are filming them and helping support it. And you think that the reason they don't want to support me is because I don't even know how to make cool shit like that. I don't go outside. Is it because I don't go outside?
It's because you don't snowboard, Mark.
But imagine, like, going through, I don't want to spoil anything in your movie, but imagine all of the blood, but like GoPro vision of going through it.
That's the thing I would have used it. We had the fuck it bucket. I haven't even talked about the fuck it bucket on set.
No, you have not.
We had the fuck it bucket, right? I might have.
I mean, everyone, I guess, gets in the mood sometimes. I'm glad you had some stress relief on set.
No, come on, man.
Is that why we saw the white edit of Iron Lung?
No!
Mark actually made that. That's just him.
No, we had to, because, okay, I don't know if I should.
Mr. Fuck It, you put your balls in my tub.
It's a very professional, very insurance company safe way of putting a red camera into a waterproof Home Depot bucket. And so you have a Home Depot bucket and you put the camera in there with some kind of platform, and then you get an acrylic dome and you glue it all up and you put it in the blood. And so we had that.
This sounds awesome.
It was awesome. I was super doubtful when it happened, but the problem was because the camera's in the bucket and it's like sealed in there. So to redo anything or get it out of there, it's like a whole process, 30 minutes just to get it in and out, even with like quick drying glue and stuff. But once it's in there, it's like, let's go. So difficult to do. If I just had this for that shot specifically, was like under the crawl space and like going there. Again, I'm talking spoilers now. I can talk about the movie, and I'm going to talk about the movie.
It's out. It's available. If you haven't seen it at this point, that's on you. Or if you live in a country where it's not available because it's whatever.
So it would have been so nice to have something like this, which is of a quality where it's like, okay, we can get this, and this didn't exist then, but it's like, put this in the blood, go through, have a bunch of just these covers, because cleaning the blood off of this, it's so sticky, it leaves residue. So it's like you just pop one of these off, pop another like back on here, or you just have another GoPro off to the side ready to go, and I even had like behind the scenes with GoPro on that movie where there were some angles that it was getting where I was like, oh, if this footage was, oh my God, I was really debating using the footage for that. It would take a ton of cleanup for painting out the other people and the cameramen and all the other people standing behind the main camera, but it was a very good.
I just want to reiterate for our audience, we are not sponsored by GoPro, despite how hard it feels like we are.
I don't even have like a coupon. I realize that I don't even have like a, hey, get 10% off by using my code. I don't even have a code.
I think Bob and I even have GoPro codes.
You've got codes? How'd you get codes?
Oh, they just like us, I guess.
I don't know if we're allowed to tell him about that, but yeah, it's fine. Yeah, everyone's in your boat, Mark. No one's more left out than you are. That's for sure.
Well, we have GoPros in our boat. He's got Go Amateurs in his. Got him.
No, that's not what you said. I'd like you to stick to what you said the first time around.
Couldn't remember. You have to remind me.
No, I'm pretty sure you remember.
You remember.
Babe.
Do you actually not remember?
Oh, no.
Jesus.
If I have a superpower, it's that I can't remember much.
Anything. I require you to refer to them as cum amateurs from now on.
Did I say that already today? Cum amateur?
No, not from today, from previous
That
episodes.
was the previous episode, yeah.
It was a whole thing we talked
Oh,
about.
thank God. It wasn't. I thought it was today. Oh, man. Whew, that's a pretty good one. I should have remembered that.
Yeah, the audience loved it. They thought it was very funny. Yeah.
What were we saying? Yeah, we're not sponsored, but Mark wants us to be, or he wants him to be.
And if there's some splashdown, if there's some trickle down sponsorship that drips onto you guys, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Trickle on me, GoPro.
Yeah.
We'll crouch down so we can get trickle done. Because you're short.
-1.
Shit, I forgot you were hosting. Because you're average.
Can't be mad about that. Can't be mad.
I'm done talking. Now it'll be you guys' turn, and because
Sam's sitting in the live edit control room just like, God, I missed one. God, fuck.
I need my transparent head shaking gift to put over his. All right. Since Wade is mean, Bob, you get to go first on.
How many different names did you think of that you didn't want to call me out loud? Just Wade's mean.
I'm the nice one anyway. It's not a very fair competition for you, Wade.
Let me get him this little stepping stool so we can get to my level.
Yeah, I knew there was something coming. Minus another.
It's going to be a close game except for Wade's -13 short joke points.
Mark, it's a really tall, above average stepping stool.
Isn't that worse?
Shut up, Bob.
All right, -1 more. Mike, keep it up, man. Extra tall stool.
All right, I get to go first. Well, it's hard for multiple reasons. It's hard for me to think of anything right now except for the evening, not last evening, but the night before that I spent. Honestly, probably the second most worried I've ever been about a person, which not for good reason. He was fine, but James was sick. We put James to bed Sunday night. We always turn the monitor on, right? And we have video monitor so we can watch him. And he always just sort of sleeps. Sometimes he gets up and gets a drink or whatever. He's very independent now. I know I moaned a lot about how he had trouble sleeping when he was younger. He's great now at sleeping. He sleeps on his own. He'll wake up and he'll soothe himself and get back to sleep. It's awesome. With the monitor on, it was like a normal Sunday, and we were kind of like, whew, like, got through the weekend, had some fun times. Now we got to get ready. Monday, Tuesday, we got to pack because we're going on this big trip. Lots to do. We were putting it off over the weekend. And like half an hour after James went down, I heard like a weird noise, which happens. But usually if I hear something that I'm not 100% sure what it is, like it's, sounds he makes every night when he sleeps, I look and I pulled up the monitor and looked and it was like, oh, that's it's like really shadowy. Oh, that looks funny. And then he sort of just looks up and goes, and I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, my God. He had thrown up. But we get up there, and if James watches this in the future, I mean this in the nicest way possible. Oh, God. The smell. Man, you just never get used to it. Like, I always was like, man, how do parents deal with that? And for me, at least, the truth is you don't get used to it. Poops always smell bad. Throw up always smells bad. It really gets me, but you don't have a choice. He threw up in his bed and he had it on himself and on his jammies. And so I had to grab him and touch the throw up and get him to the bathroom. And man, like it was rough, but it was like, okay, that's weird. This is out of nowhere. He wasn't sick today. He was totally happy. And we put him in the bath and got him cleaned up. And after a while of like, oh God, okay, let's like air it out. Let's change the sheets. He's in the bath and everything's great. He seems happy. He seems chill. I stand him up, get him out of the bath, start drying him off. And he's standing there in the bathroom with his towel around him. And he just looks up at me and goes like, oh. into the towel, into my hands, onto the floor. He proceeded to throw up about every 15 minutes for the next 4 hours of the evening, which is a long time for that pattern to go on. The first couple, obviously we had just had dinner and then had the ice cream as a little treat and then gone to bed. Eventually he was empty, but for several hours he was totally empty. There was no food left. And still he would I was holding him in the chair, sitting with him, and he would lay down and just be like, oh, because he's fucking exhausted because it's horrific to throw up constantly. And he's passing out, just and I'm sitting there watching him, making sure he's still breathing. Everything's good. And every 15 minutes, he just sits up and goes, nothing comes out, just bile. Nothing is coming out, misery. And every time he throws up, it's I'm just holding him so that whole night, I held him until he stopped throwing up, which was a little more than 4 hours maybe. And actually Mandy swapped out for the second half. That's not fair, but we were crazy. We were considering going to the ER and we were watching him okay, if he doesn't stop, we're going to have to go, but it's the middle of the night right now. It's going to be a traumatic experience for him if we have to take him, especially if he's fine. And right when we were okay, we should go, stopped. He just chilled out and finally was done. But I basically we put him in bed and I laid next to him the whole night, just staring at him, just being because he likes to sleep on his back. So I'm staring at him don't sleep on your back and throw up in your sleep. But that's horrific. Don't, if you do get sick, I need to be here to help or try and catch it. I'm just laying there, just staring at him And then at some point I fell asleep at 6 or 7 in the morning for a bit. And Mandy had gone and tried to get some sleep in the bed so that at least one of us had some sleep for the next day. She got 3 hours of sleep and then he was fine. Yesterday, the whole day, we were what's happening? Is he sick? Is it a virus? Is it a what? He's fine. He woke up and was I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. And we were let's go slow. Let's see what happens. Totally fine. Didn't throw up again. He did have some tummy troubles, but that's pretty normal. Otherwise, he was energetic and fine and confused why we weren't letting him eat food, basically. But Jesus Christ, laying up all night, staring at him, wondering if he was okay, trying to figure out what the fuck to do in the middle of the night. That's I have not felt that kind of worry since James was born, and Mandy's C-section and everything that happened in the hospital was more stressful for me than her, thankfully. But it's awful. And this is not the point. But the whole time my mind kept going back to okay, but imagine this, but you have a child who has a terminal illness or a child who has a chronic illness or something. I don't know what people do. Not the point and not my experience. But thanks to TikTok, I see a lot of videos about kids who, have different disorders, diseases, whatever. I can't imagine. It was one night for me and I felt like I was going to pass out from stress, and he's fine. And I shouldn't have been so worried because it was a long time of throwing up, but he was fine. But God damn, that now when TikTok shows me those videos, even more than before, I'm immediately just I can't, and I have to scroll or close TikTok or whatever, because I don't know what people do. I don't know I don't know if it's a particular button for me that I don't handle very well, or if that's just how it feels for everyone, but it's an actual nightmare to just be laying, and it doesn't have to be a kid either. I'm sure if you have a parent or sibling or anyone who's ill, who you care that much about, I cannot fucking imagine, and it's exhausting. And the punchline of my story is he's totally fine. He possibly had a stomach virus, or maybe he's lactose intolerant because he's never really liked milk or ice cream, and he ate more ice cream than he ever has before, which was a small scoop of ice cream on Sunday. So we put him to bed last night, and it felt like we finally got him to bed after Sunday night, because all day we were watching him, and it was whatever. Put him in bed last night, and it was okay, well, there's 24 hours gone. In 24 hours from now, we'll be on a plane to England. Better start packing and stuff, I guess.
That's intense, man. Good news is you got 2 points for that story.
Was it worth? Do it again.
How much sadder does it need to be to get another point out of it?
Well, okay.
Did I emphasize how much he was crying about how upset he was? And he was
okay, you're getting a little uppity about this whole milking it thing. So I'm just saying 2 points is pretty generous. You're already in the lead, so maybe don't push your luck. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. 2 points for a vomit story. You got plenty.
I'll just let Wade beat himself. That's fine. Actually, one funny thing that kept happening that was really funny in the moment, compared to everything else. Every time when I was holding him, Mandy was like going and we doing other stuff because we had 2 dogs in the house also. He would like get sick, whatever, and I would text Mandy to be like, oh, it happened again. Like, can you whatever, can you come help? And he started sitting up and be like, oh, I'm going to be sick. Are you going to text mom? Hey Siri, text Mandy. Because I was using hands-free Siri to just be like, no, not now. Stop phone. Stop. Not you. But I was doing that because I was holding him, right? So I was like, hey phone, text Mandy, help, or whatever. So while he's being sick and I'm super worried, he just like pauses and is like, you should text Mandy. Are you gonna text Mandy or do I? It's like weird.
Wait, I'll give you a point if you shout out at the top of your lungs every call out to every like listening voice from our listeners and tell them to buy like a 55-gallon drum of lube. You know what I mean?
He doesn't.
Everybody out there, we're taking a quick ad break here to let you all know that 55-gallon drum bags of lube are on sale, and you can buy them right now at markiplier.com/lube.
I told you 100% he didn't know what you meant.
Oh my God.
Did I do it?
No!
He wanted you to like ask their Amazon Echoes to buy a 55-gallon drum of lube.
Hey Alexa, buy a 55-gallon drum of lube. Hey Siri, buy a 55-gallon drum of lube. Hey Tony in the corner that has my phone for some reason, buy a 55-gallon drum of lube. Mom, it's your son and or daughter. Buy me some lube. My birthday's coming up sometime in the next year.
I can't believe you left out Bigsby.
Bigsby?
Hey Bigsby, I don't drink coffee, but I think you have lube too.
Isn't that the name of the Samsung guy? Bigsby?
Wait.
I don't know.
No, wait. Isn't that the one where they made it like a female avatar of it and then they had to like put her down basically because the internet got too horny about it?
Galaxy AI. Oh, perhaps it's not big. Maybe Bigsby is just demonstrating how old I am to people.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't Bixby. It was a Samsung Sam. I don't know. We're not sponsored by them either. Lest. All right, Wade, it's your turn.
Oh, where do I begin? Well, I guess you mentioned the burnout thing, so I guess I'll address the burnout thing. So Mark and I were talking. Bob wasn't even in call yet.
Late.
So how life has just been kind of rough here on the Barnes household for the last like 6-7 months. A lot of people that watch my content outside of Distractible, I've talked about some of it on stream and whatnot, but like without going into specifics, we've had a lot of family health issues. I've had a lot of personal health issues, which has devolved into mental health issues, I think, which is what I think the palpitations in my chest supposedly are, which I don't know if I fully trust it, but that's what they tell me. So I'm going to go with it. So I get like, I guess they're panic attacks. I don't know. For me, it's just like randomly my heart goes like from 0 to 1,000 beats per second, especially whenever I'm laying down at night. I'm like, oh man, time for sleep. And it's really fucking terrible. It's an awful feeling. But that's rolled over into my professional life where like, you know, I have fun making YouTube videos. I have fun streaming. I have fun doing the podcast. But like right now, everything in life just feels like, I really don't want to do that. I don't have any motivation to do that. And I'm guessing, I mean, you know, I've gone through some phases of burnout throughout my career, but there's just been a big culmination of just being really tired. My sleep hasn't been great. The days are very just full, and there's a lot of crap. And I don't know. I just, Mark was saying maybe I needed a vacation. I think maybe that's true. Every vacation I've taken since our honeymoon has had some work component to it. I just haven't had like I'm actually not working or doing anything. Like, you know, Molly and I are just getting away. It's like, you know, I love hanging out with friends and family and stuff, but we have not had a trip, just the two of us actually getting away since our honeymoon. And I feel like a lot of people probably do that, but I don't even feel like I take days off. Like I won't stream for 3 or 4 days, but those days are still filled with like meetings or, you know, tax conversations or going through emails, going through DMs and stuff. Cause I work with like a management company for ads and sponsors and stuff for my stuff. And there's always something work related. I never turn it off. And I really feel like more than ever for the first time in a long time, it's just really impacting me. My focus is off. There've been some highlights. I mean, there's still games I enjoy playing. I recorded Blueprints again last night for a few hours, which is a game I still absolutely love. I've gone back to Diablo 2 for the first time in like 10 years, which I absolutely love. Dungeon Crawler Carl, you guys getting me to start reading that series. I just finished Parade of Horribles last night. I finished reading that. So it's not like everything sucks and I'm like depressed or, whatever. It's just physical health issues and then having people you care about going through physical health issues. And a lot of that is really just mentally taxing. Like you were talking about the caregiver type stuff, we were just raising money for St. Jude. St. Jude does their Play Live every year. So Molly had a campaign and I was joining her and we did some different campaigns to raise money for St. Jude, which again, not sponsored, but shout out to them because whenever you're talking about someone like with a terminally ill child or people going through cancer, stuff like that, like I've gotten to go down and tour St. Jude's facilities a couple of times and seeing, it feels like you're in a school more than a hospital. I know people are like, ew, school, but like school so much better than the feeling of being in a hospital. And the kids down there genuinely seem like, they're happy, they're enjoying life, they're living it to the fullest. And they're well taken care of. That removes a lot of the burdens from families and stuff. So people that are going through that kind of thing, I implore you to look into St. Jude or organizations like that. And I'm really happy to help fundraise for stuff like that. I'll be doing something for the American Heart Association here soon too. We have a lot of heart stuff in my family. So personal connections, everyone's gone through cancer in their family or friend. If someone knows someone, right? Everyone knows someone that's gone through stuff like that. So it's nice being able to do things like that. It's nice being able to have the careers that we have, but I think we all go through burnout, and I'm just going through some phase of it right now, which sucks. But I've got this knee brace I was showing off earlier because I had messed up my knee playing basketball with my nephew like a month and a half ago. You all know I've got the slap tear in my shoulder I've not had surgery on. Apparently I've got a deviated septum, and I started developing like panic attacks this year. It's like those are all relatively minor health issues in the great, maybe not palpitations if they're more than stress, but I think they're just stress. I can live with it. The slap tear, I don't have to have surgery. The knee, it'll heal probably. I'm on prednisone for 10 days and got the knee brace, whatever. So it's all minor for me, but some of the stuff in my family is a little bit more severe. I don't know. It's just, it's been taxing and it's been really hard to find motivation. And I know people have it a lot worse than I do, and that's not an excuse. Like you're allowed to be depressed even, or have burnout even if you're not going through it as bad as someone else. But it's still, there's still an added pressure about it that it feels like I shouldn't for some reason, which makes things even worse. Whenever you're like, so-and-so's got it so much worse than me, I needed to buck up. And then you can't buck up and it's like, oh God, I'm so pathetic. I'm so weak. I'm so like, and you start beating yourself up even more about it. It just exacerbates the situation. And I've been going through cycles of that for about 7 or 8 months on and off, just like since about October of last year. It's just been like every week it's something. And I was so at the end of the year, I was like, oh God, thank God 2026 is almost here. I am so done with 2025. And now hindsight, I'm like, 2025, come back. We had it so good, you and I. I didn't know what I had. I took you for granted. I love you, 2025.
That's not good.
But I'll get over it. I'll be fine. It's just the thing I'm going through right now. And I don't go into stuff like that too often publicly. I don't know why. I've always looked at my job as like, I'm here to entertain, but like more so it's whatever people kind of view my content as. Some people probably put stuff on that we do or I do to go to sleep. Some people turn it on for a laugh. Some people turn it on for community. Some people turn it on just to see specific games whatsoever. It doesn't matter. If you enjoy the content, if you lurk, if you chat, if you comment, whatever. But my job is, hey, you're getting home from work. You have your own problems. You've had your own long day. You're looking for something to watch or, listen to. And that's what I'm supposed to provide, not sit here and bitch and moan about my own personal shit, which I do occasionally sometimes. But typically I try to keep all that separate and just give people something to enjoy during their free time. Because there's a lot of content to consume. So for people to choose anything that we do, it's like, well, I want you to enjoy it. But however you enjoy it, whatever you enjoy it for, I want them to enjoy it. But it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle lately. And again, there's been some highs. I went foaling. You guys heard of foaling? Bob, have you ever been foaling?
I have not. No. I know what it is.
Yeah. So mutual friends of ours invited us out to go foaling over the weekend, which is basically like you take, oh God, what's the game called where you throw the goddamn bean bags at the boards? Cornhole. It's like a flat cornhole board, which is just rectangle of wood on the ground. You set up bowling pins on it. You stand on opposite. You've got 2 of these across from each other, like in cornhole. You have teams on opposite sides, and you throw a football and try to knock over the bowling pins. It was a lot of fun. I shouldn't have done it. My doctor, literally 2 days before, gave me a knee brace, told me to take 2 weeks, not do anything. And then I went and threw football for an hour. Now, I was going pretty easy on it, but they were plans I had in progress, and I don't like canceling plans on people. I was telling Mark, another problem of mine is I'm way too, like, people pleaser. I have people pleaser running through my veins where I go out of my way for everyone no matter what, at my own expense quite often. And I did it again. I had fun. I enjoyed it. I would love to do it again, but I really shouldn't have done it while my knee's messed up. I don't know, not to be depressing, derailing. I hate being a downer, but it's been a time. Some of the health issues I think are going to resolve themselves and be fine both for myself and people around me, but some of them I don't know. I just genuinely don't know how it's going to play out. I've got a couple of people in my life that are just getting up there in years and starting to show signs of I've got concerns. And I think just mortality itself has been a lot more present on my mind in the last half a year or so. I've just had a lot more concerns, and a lot of people around me are struggling. And whenever you're struggling and people around you are struggling and you're trying to lift them up, often what you end up doing is pushing yourself down further. And I think that's what I've been doing, if I'm being honest.
I mean, that's a lot to dump out, and you keep saying like, "Oh, I'll get over it," like, "Oh, I'll be fine." But you were also saying like, "Oh, you shouldn't have the buck up, man up, pull yourself up by the bootstraps mentality," because I mean, it's not nothing, the things you got going on, even if the job is to be an entertainer. I've definitely had plenty of times on this podcast where in the midst of all of it, that people have not and probably won't see of me blowing up for one reason or another and storming out of a recording session only to come back and be like, "Oh man, it's real tough," when that's the truth of it. Like, it's just like, man, it's just really tough and I don't know how to deal with it, and it'll blow up in some way or some form, and that's not fair to the people around me. But still, it's like, it's real. I don't think you should be ashamed of that. I don't think anybody should.
Well, and that's the funny thing about this job. I don't think we're going to edit that out of this episode, but like part of the thing about being entertaining is like, you don't have to exclusively be like that your entire life to make sure that what you're offering people when they're trying to like be entertained by your content is like that. And it's probably actually good not to. Mark's point about just being the lie of just be like, "No, I'll be fine." That works right until it doesn't, right? Like, I believe that you probably will be fine because you're pretty resilient and like things are going okay for you outside of the stressful stuff, as far as I know. But you can't just say that and brush it away. I don't know if you specifically, but like maybe you need to talk to someone. I've certainly lately been feeling like maybe I need to talk to somebody, and I put that as like the lowest possible priority, just because like everything around me is important. What other people that I care about have going on is important. Having a kid, he's pretty much top importance 24/7, regardless of how I feel or what's going on with me. But like, that doesn't mean that you never should take care of it. And like, again, I'm not accusing you of anything, which is a weird way to put it, but I believe you probably do have it handled because it's just stuff that you're going through. And I think most of it will resolve because I know some of what you're going through. Don't just assume that. It's easy to just be like, "No, I'll be fine," and then push it down. But that's not always necessarily true. And it's fine to go and talk to someone. It's healthy to do that. Talk to a friend or family, or talk to someone professionally for whatever. Like,
truth is, I've done both. Last fall, I actually preemptively started going in and talking to, I guess counselor is the proper term. I went in for just some counseling. It was more preemptive than anything because I felt the start of this even before the things that actually caused me to like kind of fall off the cliff of the burnout feeling. We've been very fortunate that we've had success, with podcast, our own channels and stuff like that over the years. Success is great, but success also comes at different costs. I've talked to my community about how like it's really nice having like hundreds of people come and watch, a live stream, right? I'm never going to complain about having people come, hundreds or thousands or whatever it is. But like, there was also something nice about like that. There's 10 people and I can chat with each of them, get to know them. Like, it's kind of a friend feel. It's like hang out with friends. And that vibe from content creation is pretty much gone now, right? Because we've blown up to that point. In personal lives too, though, people see success and, a lot of them are happy for you and, are nice about it. But some people see it and they get jealous, or they have their own things going on and they feel like they reach a point of desperation. They have to reach out like, "You're doing well. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that?" And that's kind of happened a lot lately. The first time's one thing, and then the 10th time one person does it, it's like, okay, you're not wanting help. You're wanting me to be your like sugar, whatever relationship it is, sugar friend's
definitely the thing.
It's not just, friends, family, whatever. People have done it. And feeling some of my personal relationships change was bothering me. So I actually went in and I started talking about that last fall with somebody, and we ended up working through some other stuff too. And I actually just finished a couple of months ago, like this 4 to 6 month, like once a week chat, counsel session, whatever you want to call it. And it was helpful. But a lot of my life, I hearken back to when I was 4 years old and my parents first split up. And I don't think anyone meant to put me under pressure, but my grandparents, my mom, my dad, they would ask like, hey, who do you want to go spend time with this weekend? Do you want to go to your mom's? You want to go to your dad's? Like your grandparents? We're never going to make you go anywhere you don't want to go. Where do you want to go? And I guess I had an ego even as a kid because I was like, well, everyone loves spending time with me. So whoever I don't choose is going to be so sad that I didn't pick them. No one wants a break from the kid. But like, you know, as a kid, it was like, well, I don't want to let them down. So I'll choose you this weekend, you that weekend, and them the weekend after. I'll rotate. I want to go here and hang out with my friends, but I'm going to choose this way because I want to make everybody happy. And my people pleasing was just like instituted then. And then I lost my dad when I was 11. My grandpa died 3 months later. And then we had like 20 some odd more deaths in the family and close friends over like the next 5 or 6 years. After my dad died, it was the first time I ever got straight A's. And I did it because I knew my grandparents always seemed really happy when I did well in school. They really wanted me to have a good future. So when my dad died and my grandma was very obviously torn up about it, it was her son. I was like, okay, I'm going to work harder in school. I'm going to get good grades. I'm going to try to give them some beacon of light. I will be the beacon of light. And so I've just always had this pressure of like, even before making content, that I'm responsible for people's happiness. And with the platform we have, sometimes there's a pressure of like, am I doing enough? Am I saying all the things I should say? Like, there's a lot of issues we don't touch on, and I don't know that I want to touch on. But sometimes my brain's like, should we go into all of these things? Should we share our really uninformed opinion? At least my opinion would be uninformed. Should I do this? Am I doing enough? Am I entertaining enough? Am I helping people enough? And I've never taken time to really consider what life would be like if I just took a break from trying to uplift all those around me. And for whatever reason, like I said, health-wise, people around me, the last 6 months, it's just that pressure has finally just hit me to the point where it's like, I can't lift up everyone else because I'm really kind of at a point of burnout that's pretty strong. But I have been talking about it. I've been open about it with Molly and some friends and family. We've talked about it a little bit, before show here on this episode. But I do generally try to just, probably unhealthy, but I do try to just shove it down sometimes. I'm like, I've gotten my entire life, I have gone through a lot of stuff. I've lost a lot of people. I've dealt with a lot of shit. I'm sure we all, I know you guys have, I know everyone has. But I've always handled it one way, and it's like, well, that must be the perfect way to handle it because it's always worked so far. It hasn't this past 6 months, so I'm adapting, but it has been a challenge, and it's new waters for me to be like, my walls are down, and I can't put them back up. I'm out of that wall material. Concrete, mortar,
bricks.
Wall material, I think, is adequate.
Drywall. I was like, not dry rope. It's something like that.
Dry rope.
That's my long-winded spiel about the burnout and stuff.
I really appreciate you sharing that. It's important for a lot of people to know, and just say in general. I'll give you 1 point.
Going up a little short there on the points, aren't you?
Let him have one. He can.
I'm not going to take away a point for that because I think you're just lashing out because you're shoving things too far down and they always just erupt, and you're just lashing out, and I can understand that as a friend. Right? We're friends, right? He's nodding. That's Sam doing it. I know that's a live edit nod.
That's a live edit, yeah. Sam saving it right there.
I'm nodding with 6 fingers.
What?
I don't know why I thought editing and AI were the same thing for a minute there. I'm fine.
We've been talking a lot about it. A lot of our issues that we're dealing with. And I think we've
sick baby, depression or burnout, and
a GoPro. We all got problems. They've all equivalent here. I can't get a GoPro sponsorship. A sick kid, general depression and burnout. We're all unfulfilled in life. I think we can all agree on that. I don't know. For once, I think actually for the first time, I don't have the main complaints of the era. Everything is coming up roses with the movie, and it's a weirdly good time for YouTube movies in general, or YouTuber movies. Content creation is booming, and I'm very excited to go into the future about that. So I'm kind of grateful that the thing that I have to complain about is as funny as I want more. I want silly camera. I want thing like that.
You had your share of stresses over the last few years. I think you deserve a little break.
That's fair. I appreciate that. All right. Shall we tally the points?
Well, hold on now.
I'm feeling pretty strong about.
Maybe we should go a little longer just in case.
All right, Bob. You got a Baldermort point, emphasis on the bald. You got a GoPro sympathy point. You got a point for the second biggest worry ever, and then future James trauma. You got another point for that. So it's a low scoring game, but it's like 4 points. I was mostly just listening.
I feel even better about it now. I think Wade lost more points than I had right there.
Now hold on. I think if I lost points, there is something on the wheel that makes negative points positive, right?
That is true.
It's technically true, right? Yeah. So you got a bald point. I gave you a point for Hobbit Town, USA. You got a point for Dracula impression guy. You lost a point for a short joke. You lost a point for a stool short joke. You lost a point for the extra tall stool joke.
That was really funny.
I gave you a half a point for your barely understanding the lube joke I was going for. You did it. So I gave you half a point for that, and then 1 point for Burnout for you talking about that, and I think that's very impressive of you. You have 1.5 points.
If I pull this off, it might be the lowest scoring win in Distractible history.
All right, let's see if that happens, because yes, those 3 points would put you half a point above Bob if you can just get 3 points out of this.
Not live points, the negative points positive, and
It's absolute value, yeah. Or golf rules. That's true. Well, let's see how many spins you get to try and make this up.
I only need 1 to beat you.
Okay, well, I'll agree to 1, or we'll just do 3 again.
3! We got 3 on the wheel.
Okay, fine.
I'm just gonna call it now. It's gonna somehow be host wins.
I think we already have like smallest violin, so we can't do anything like that of like the saddest story.
That would be such a kick in the dick to get that after what we talked about.
Sickest child.
Sickest child? No, some of us don't have children.
Well, whose fault is that?
That we know of, I guess. I don't know. What are you talking about?
I just realized that I never mentioned the fact Molly and I celebrated our 8-year wedding anniversary this week, and our dogs both had birthdays.
Whoops.
Yeah, no points. Yeah, no points for that. Oh, closest to a sponsorship or currently sponsored. Point for whoever's currently sponsored. And general podcast
Has to be like one of us has a sponsorship kind of deal. Okay,
define sponsorship, because I recorded a sponsored video last night that hasn't come out yet. So
that would count. I think that would count. Yeah. And it's like this, we could put this on the bounty board too. Just be like, go get a sponsor for a bounty board.
It has to be a spite sponsor. The sponsorship has to be about how you are getting it and you're not sharing it with us, and then you show it. Yeah, perfect.
Oh, what we should do actually after we spin the wheel, we decide who the winner is. We'll do a quick like few minutes talking about the subreddit and the bounty board conversations, the coin flip thing when we meet fans, all that yada yadas. It's been really cool seeing people's responses, and I want to acknowledge that. But yeah.
Okay, let's finish the spins, and then we should talk about that.
Currently sponsored.
We have 110 options on the wheel, and several of them will save Wade.
All I needed to hear.
Tinfoil hat point.
I think that would go for me for like the GoPros.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself a point for that.
That's the most tinfoil hatty thing we've had all day.
It's not that they're ignoring me on purpose, right? They wouldn't do that.
No. Mark is going to finish second place. I could feel it. He just needs 1 more point to pass Wade.
And then surprise golf rules.
That does also mean if we get golf rules now, Mark is winning.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Shit.
I didn't think about that.
So that took away one of Wade's avenues to actually succeed. It'll be fine. I'm sure Wade will end.
Unless I get a point and then it's golf rules and then you could still be the lowest.
Got the flattest. You know what I mean.
I don't know. Past tense. Wait, you did this last time too. You tried to get flat.
Not gets the flattest. It's who got the flattest.
Isn't it did best Scottish accent too? And we still do that current?
Well, that we'll approach that next time we get to that.
It's written into the rules of the rule, okay? Calm down.
All right, so I don't think any of us got flat, actually. I think, unless you count all my short jokes that Wade was making for me, I got pretty flattened, but no. Respin.
All right, spin number 2 again.
That would give you another chance to win if we counted it.
Coolest illness since last episode.
James?
I mean, James gets that point, so James gets a point, and by proxy...
Is he ready to host, Bob?
He's probably ready to host an episode. He's pretty funny.
All right, James gets points there, and by proxy, it's kind of Bob's point, but technically James was.
Until James turns 18, James' points are Bob's points.
I don't even need it.
Yep, that's true. He doesn't need it. He's well in the lead. All right.
Because here comes golf rules.
Well, then it would be a tie between me and James. Yeah.
Spin number 3. Man, I hope one of these just says Wade wins. Lie points don't count.
Close.
Wow.
Not quite what he
It's
needs.
not. I didn't have any lie points, I don't think.
All right, no lie points, but it's not a respin. That is what that is. All right. So with Wade remaining at 1.5 points, those short jokes didn't feel very worth it now, did they?
They were funny. I don't regret it.
-1 future point.
You won't remember that.
Every episode for the next year that Mark hosts, there's going to be an entire subreddit panic about like, did he do the point? Wade -1 Wade point. Did he do it? It's still out there.
All right. Speaking of the subreddit's been buzzing with activity. There's been so many people that are excited since the last time we did a Constitution update, which is the first time people have ever been excited about a constitutional update. I'm not gonna lie.
In the world in general?
Yeah, something like that. I think so. Oh my God.
I like how the top post on the subreddit is Mark asking for a referral code for GoPro.
I know. I just saw that. I'm just like, I'm not asking for a referral code. I'm just saying I don't have one. But there's a lot of people talking, but there's an official bounty board point posting thing. There's a lot of bounties on here. I'm actually afraid there are too many bounties.
Yeah, well, I do think while some of these are funny, I feel like they sort of don't work and could be taken off the board. I don't want to overcomplicate things because none of the three of us made this happen. This is all courtesy of the mods of the subreddit putting things together. But yeah, like some of these are very funny.
And some are easier than others, but only one person can claim it. So I guess the first person to do it claims it. It's up to us to pay attention to these. If the bounty boards, can just absolutely devastate the landscape, then so be it.
This is not clear, I think, in the Constitution. How many points are these worth? Is that like an on-the-fly thing? Like when you cash in the bounty, we'll debate between ourselves how many? Because some of them, I know the person who posted it was like, this should be worth 10 points or whatever. And I think the mods kind of took the ideas and sort of disregarded the points because the points were all over the place. And that's not a balanced approach to just let whomever comes up with it.
There should be a 1 point bounty for easier things, maybe a 2 point, 3 point, or maybe only 1 and a 2 point thing. So it's like easy.
I don't think any more than 3. I think 1 or 2 sounds, because you want it to be able to like help, but you don't want it to be the entire episode.
I like either 1 or 2 or maybe like 1 or 3, but then to be a 3, it needs to be like way above and beyond. So there's basically like regular bounties and special bounties.
Yeah. So we need to coordinate that. That would be.
I think we can do it on the fly. I think we should leave that to where like when someone cashes a bounty in,
it's up to the judge.
Part of that process is, okay, that counts as getting that bounty. Now, is that a normal or an extra special? I feel like we're all on board with the bounties seem really fun. So we're going to play along, right? And be relatively fair with the point bartering. Plus, if you're a total bitch about it, then you're never getting any bounty points. So you gotta be careful. You gotta play your cards right.
I'm fucked. I'm always a total bitch.
Can we play this like immunity, charms where it's like at right before the point counting, we're like, wait a minute, God, I was on a farm.
I do think that should because then you could hold it in your pocket too, right? If you have one and it gets to a thing where it's like you're down by 1 or it's tied, or you can just be like, make that noise. And
Your Honor, may I approach the bench? I have a bounty to turn in.
Perhaps the rule should be, just for clarity, before any wheels spin. So as soon as the wheel determining as soon as the first wheel spins, how many spins wheel, no more bounties. But up until a wheel spin is initiated, you can interrupt with a bounty.
And then the budget, I don't think there's any solid decision on how the hell the audience's budget even can work or does work, but we're still working on that.
I was just going to read the Reddit and do the ones I thought were funny.
I don't remember a budget.
Remember we were like, we talked about this. At $600 a month, we're going to allow the subreddit to pick things for us to spend money on. It's like $200 each or $600 total. And we're going to, they have some sort of vote. They have to coalesce around an idea enough that we feel like It's endorsed by the subreddit, and then we will spend the money on the thing.
Okay. Why are we buying things? What are we doing with them?
For fun.
For to improve the podcast.
We need a flare for that, so that if we're looking for budget stuff, we can just like go on the Reddit and be like the flare for spending money or whatever the hell it's called, budget committee or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the thing is, like, it was going to be something they're autonomous about. So it's like if they vote, they only have so much budget, and they have to vote on what the budget is spent on. So they all have to agree on what is spent on. I think is generally the idea.
All right, fair enough. I'm sure I will forget, and you guys will remind me next time.
We'll just do it all. You just show up. It's fine. It's fine.
And if you guys end up spending the money, I'll just send you the money. That I don't have to have things in my house.
We'll just take it out of your cut before it goes your way. It'll be fine.
That's even easier. I don't have to pay it.
I'll just take out whatever amount I think is fair out of your. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
All in favor of taking it out of Wade's portion? Say aye.
Aye.
All right, it passed.
Sam edited the fourth member.
Aye.
Fuck. Good thing this isn't a Constitution episode.
It says somehow it's an edited of Wade saying aye.
You know that video where the guy's like breaking into someone's house and they're like, I'm gonna find him, and the person's like hiding in the closet, and they go, Red Robin, in the closet here. Yum. Like, ha, gotcha. It'd be like that, but you guys would be like, are you ready, kids? And I'll go, aye, fuck.
That's it. We're done. There is there merch right now?
There is something.
If you were wondering why quantities are limited on these drops, it's people want it both ways, but it's because we're desperately scrambling to fulfill all the Iron Lung things, of which it's like you can't even imagine. I'm gonna take my GoPro and I'm gonna go film what we've had to do to do it. And people were like, just get a third-party logistics fulfillment company. I'm like, oh, it's so fucking easy, isn't it? I'll go next door to my third-party logistics, and I'll just like knock. Hey, let's get a contract going, and I'm gonna give you 50,000 fucking items, and you get going. Oh, what? You didn't have the system integrated beforehand? We got to hand over. Fucking goddamn it! All right, we're working on it.
Hey, look, you guys are doing a great job. I got my Iron Lung stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's still like 15,000 orders left to fill.
What's that? 3 days work?
Those will be done like tomorrow. Yeah.
We didn't even have regular pickups from the post office and from the shipping companies. Setting that up and getting them to even believe us that we had 5,000 orders that we needed to ship out. We tried to show up at the place with the orders. We got turned away. So it's like, you can't do this. What do you mean we can't do this?
I just picture this really tiny post office, one guy working behind the counter, and you walk in, you're like, I have 5,000 boxes I need shipped. They're like, okay, sure. And they look outside, you have like 4 semi trucks just side by side with all the backs open. You're like, and the guy just pulls the window down. It's like, we are closed for the day.
Dude, you have no idea, man. You have no idea.
And also, we don't order enough shirts just to make you mad.
Oh,
gotcha.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's true.
It's on purpose. Mark's just lying to cover it, but I think it's fun. No.
Dude, even my family's they're like,
are you intentionally trying to keep me from getting your merch? It's like, no, I'm not, I swear.
No, dude.
Blame those assholes online. They keep buying it. It's not my fault.
And it's also like we did a restock of certain custom things, and we said like the long lead time to get this restock in. And then the whole world's shipping industry kind of exploded.
Yeah.
So to like have an umbrella, like, anyway, no, I'm going to complain. That's what this episode's all about. It's like talking about struggles, right? My struggles are just valid as your guys' struggles, even though it's after we've declared the winner and said the points.
Sure.
Patty, who's been helping coordinate everything, has us really smart, because we have manufacturers in America and not just China at all. It's like we have manufacturers in all kinds of different places so that we can have a redundancy if anything happens to one, or if one can't meet the quality, things like that. We source from a lot of different places and try to source responsibly from different places. And it's like, okay, we got a wide net. Doesn't help when the whole fucking world's shipping industry explodes. And it's only been a few months there, and I know that sounds like a long time, but when you're working in business stuff like this, it takes a long time to get things going.
Dude, it takes an agonizingly long time for anything to happen if you're doing like enterprise level anything. It's fucking infuriating. When you're used to what we do, and it's like you show up and either you do it or you pay this one person that you know to do the thing that you're, and then you're like, you're emailing chains and you're emailing groups, and they're like, oh, forward this on to the right person, and it's a person you've never heard of, and you're like, oh, what, they don't know this. Oh no, this is like starting over, but we've been doing this for a week. It's great. It's lovely. Businesses are very efficient and great, and there's nothing that could be streamlined about this entire process. And I don't even know what all the shit you're dealing with is. This is just my experience.
Well, Mark's currently writing a new book. It's called All Work and No GoPro Makes Mark a Sad Boy. And it's just that line over and over again for 600 pages.
Yeah. Weird, huh?
A year from now, when Mark finally does get a GoPro, it's just going to be him filming himself sitting on a computer, violently sending emails, trying to make one thing happen.
We're ending the episode. Thank you so much for being a listener and or viewer of this episode. We are entering our best season yet, I think, probably, hopefully. Or most disastrous, which would be equally as cool. Anything but average is going to be the theme of this season. Wade, do you want to say that?
No, what would I have to say? Oh, my quality will be below average.
All right. Okay, good. That's
like Mark's height.
Oh my fuck, he actually cut out.
You actually cut out. That was so fucking funny.
That was so good.
Whoa, that was great. I hope that got captured.
God.
Oh my God.
All of my shit just crashed.
I thought he just left. I didn't.
My computer gave me an error. My GoXLR crashed.
Yeah, you've got like your webcam mic right now. It's all fucked.
All right, we're gonna end it. That's what Wade gets. Thank you. Follow the podcast. Follow these guys. Podcast out before it blows up.